I just feel with everything that Brian Daboll has came into this season with how he's got this team to rally around each other, there's a toughness that comes along with that. And if you were to trade Saquon Barkley soon, right, this season, like it shows that you're giving up on the season, essentially.
You know, can I tell you something, Jay? You bring that up. I would be irrational about this in a way. I wouldn't look for reasons that make sense. Here's the bottom line for me with Saquon as a Giants fan. I think Key is probably right when he brought that up originally. Like, trade him now when you have value for him. And that's probably the right thing to do. I never want to pay the running back. It's not that I don't want him to get their money. It's just those contracts don't seem to work out. The Giants aren't knocking on the door of a Super Bowl right now. But you know why I couldn't trade him as a Giants fan? He's who I want to watch every week.
He is the Giants.
Yes,
he is the Giants.
He's who I want to watch every week. It makes me feel good and proud to be a Giants fan when I see him carry the ball.
But you got to make a decision on him, Max, because the time is running out.
Listen, I hate to say it.
You either got to pay him.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
As a Giant, or you trade him and get the value so somebody else can pay him.
Yep.
Because I know the first thing people say is, well, you can franchise him. When you franchise tag somebody, it's not a good thing. They don't want to be franchise tagged. They want to get their money. They don't want to be used up. They don't want to be felt like they're being used up. They want to get their money. So, whatever the tag number is, 12 million, whatever that number is, that's not good enough for a running back like Saquon Barkley.
That's the point, Jay. I know it's not smart to pay the running back. I can't help it. I would pay Saquon Barkley. I want to watch him and root for him. I want him on the team.
But it's like the highest paid players in the NFL are quarterbacks, right? Like that's who we associate teams with. You say Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes. You say the Chargers, Justin Herbert. You say the Raiders, Derek Carr, right? Quarterbacks. When you say the Giants, I'm sorry, I don't say Daniel Jones. No. I say Saquon Barkley. It's almost like when I say Tennessee, I say King Henry. I don't say Ryan Tannehill.
Right.
There's certain players that are the faces of the organization, and I think he's the representation moving forward about how the franchise wants to build the culture.
Problem is when you don't point to the quarterback and you say that name, a lot of times it means you're not good enough. Right?
Yeah, but you have to have something to bridge you to that quarterback.
Donald. Yeah.
You have somebody to bridge you to the quarterback eventually.
Yeah. No, and Saquon is, you're never going to get equal value for him because he can do things really no one else can do at his 235 and making those kind of plays, how are you going to get equal value for him? What, do you think a third-round pick is worth what he can do? I don't think it is, and yet, are you going to get a first-round pick for a running back? No. So
you here's what you do. If I'm the New York Giants, I'm going to pay him whatever I pay him, a 3-year deal, 4-year deal, whatever that number is. I'm going to find my quarterback. I'm going to get me some receivers, and we're going to go win a Super Bowl.
Yep.
I like that plan.
There you go.
That's what they should be thinking. If they're not thinking that, then they're thinking in the wrong direction.
You don't like what you've seen from Dan? I got to tell you, Daniel Jones, considering they have very little pass protection and no receivers, to me, he hasn't looked great, but he's looked pretty good. I have to admit it. And the idea of him as a bridge.
Can you win a Super Bowl with him? Ain't that what you always try to say, Max? If I can't win a Super Bowl, the guy.
Key, you know what's crazy? I still can't answer the question because I haven't seen him play behind a line yet. Let me give him a line of some receivers.
After 4 years of looking at this quarterback,
I would like to move on if it was possible, right?
Okay.
But I just but just because I feel that way doesn't mean I can ignore the evidence he's providing this year, which I think is pretty good given the circumstances. But
he's
I know
okay.
See, Key is saying
maybe if you go get if you get a dominant receiver, you may be able to do something.
Right.
Maybe.
Right.
But to keep Saquon Barkley, you're going to have to make him one of the top 4 highest paid running backs in the game.
Jay, you are a fan of many teams.
Many teams.
Depending on who's making you money.
Mm-hmm.
But the constant for you is the Giants.
Yep.
That's your team.
Yeah.
But you also played in Chicago. You had Michael Jordan's locker when you were the second overall draft pick in the NBA. You have ties to that area, and you are a Bears fan. You're also kind of a Bears insider in a way. Which team has the brighter future, the Giants? Not to mention David Tyree is your cousin. You're sort of a Giants insider, too. Which has the brighter future, Giants or Bears? Which team?
I would probably say that the Giants, due to management. I like Ryan Pohl. I think there's a lot to be said about learning on the job, first year on the job, right? I don't know enough about Matt Eberflus yet to see where this system is going. I do like Justin Fields. I like that foundation of what they're doing. I like David Montgomery and company. But I like the foundation that the Giants have built pretty quickly, by the way, between Joe Shane and because I've seen how that process, we talk about all the time, how that process has worked for them in Buffalo. And I'm seeing the way the team has fought for Brian Dable and Joe Shane thus far. So I would probably lean more towards the Giants.
Yeah, Key, even though Justin Fields may have more upside, I agree about the Giants. Not because I'm a Giants fan, but because I look in football at GM coach first. Like, who has the best coach? And I like what I'm seeing from Daboll so far, and I like what I'm seeing from Shane so far. So I trust the front office and coaching staff on the Giants. Small sample size, but also given what's going on in Buffalo and everything, and that's the tree that we took the fruit from, right?
Yeah.
I like the Giants' future better.
It's a little bit different. You got two different organizations. You got one that got a lot of cap space next year, a lot of money to spend in free agency. And then you got the Giants that kind of started building something a couple years ago but had the wrong coach leading the charge. So, in different situations.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.